Hey guys, whoa! Yes! Sorry. Happy Monday. By the way, every once in a while I catch a glimpse of the top of my tattoo here, and I think, I wonder when people see that when I'm doing this move, because I do this move all over town a lot. If they think for like a brief second that I have like long, drooping armpit hair. I don't. I just wanted to clarify for you wondering, I don't. It's a tattoo. Stop looking at my side boob. It's very rude. Okay, so look, Monday motivation. How you doing? How you doing, Monday? I like Monday. I think Monday gets a badass rap. It's a day you woke up, so stop being a little you know what. Okay, so I want to do this every Monday. We can have a little coffee talk. You don't have coffee, go get some. Don't be hating on me. All right, so this is the topic I want to cover. As more people are going to want you to stay the same than have for you to change. That didn't sound as eloquent as I wanted, but stay with me, okay? This is really important that we can understand and we can talk about and we can acknowledge, because that way, when you have an acknowledgement and an acceptance of something, an awareness of it, when it happens, you can literally kind of stand back and go, you have to hold your coffee while you do it. Isn't that interesting? But it doesn't have to impact, affect, or change what you're doing. So this is what I mean. When you make a decision, and let's be clear, by the way, when I say a decision, it means you're going to actually do something, move your ass. Don't be offended, okay? I'm just saying it. Me too. We all do that crap where we talk about what we're going to do. We think about what we want to do. We dream about it. We think about it. We plan it. I'm really good, by the way, about making vision boards about shit that I don't do. It's one of my talents. So I'm talking about when you make a decision that comes with action, like massive action, and you're going to change. You're going to make a big change, and you're not going to go back on it. Be prepared that there's going to be a lot of people around you that are not going to like this. They are not going to like it. They're not going to support you. They're not going to help you. They're not going to cheer you on. They're not going to make it easy for you. And here's the fact of the matter. These people are not going to be the people you think that are going to be unsupportive. We think it's going to be our frenemies, which is a whole other video topic, because why the hell do we have those? They're going to be, most likely, the people closest in your circle. Okay? Now you might be saying, why, Kimberly? Why would the people closest to me, my closest friends and family, not want me to change if it's for my happiness or my health or it's my life? If I want to go do something and change something that's not serving me, why would the people closest to me not support me? Now, understand, I'm not trying to turn all y'all into some like paranoid Patties. And if your name is Patty, don't send me any hate mail. It's not personal. It's not my fault that you just so happen to have the same name that starts with a P, okay? Paranoid Penelope, paranoid Patricia. Well, that's another Patty. Anyway, besides the point, I'm not trying to make you paranoid, okay? Because yes, there are going to be some people in your inner circle that are in your inner circle right now before the change, okay, that are absolutely going to cheer you on. They're going to support you. They're going to love you. They are going to walk that path of change with you. But that is going to be an extraordinarily small percentage. If you're lucky, if you are lucky, you will have that, okay? And I always say, you know, try to give people the benefit of the doubt and expect the best from them, but you just need to know. You need to prepare. Now, we're going to talk about some reasons why. I don't live in people's heads, and I don't know all your peeps in your life, so I can't 100% say why people do this. I can only talk from my own personal experience and what I've read and learned, and that's it. So, for one reason, let's talk about some of the obvious reasons why people don't like this, and they are going to act all funky when you start doing this stuff. Your change many times becomes a reflection to the people around you, especially the people that you spent the most time with, and I'll give you an example in a second, of what they're not doing. Now, you and I know that if you're deciding to make a change in your life for the betterment of your life. You're not doing it to make anybody around you feel like poop, and you're not doing it to point out what they're not doing, right? Because I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt too. Nonetheless, if somebody is sensitive about a certain area in their life, when they see somebody near and dear to them pull away from certain habits and behaviors that potentially and most likely you've been participating in together, you've been like homies, right, in this participation of whatever habit or path, they're going to say like, wait a minute, do I have to change too? Wait a minute, I don't know if I'm ready to change. What, am I supposed to be doing that too? And if I don't, am I not as good? And is this person not going to want to hang out with me? Or, oh my God, and people get concerned. Understand this, all of us, for the most part, not all of us, but a large majority of human beings do not like change. They don't like it. It makes them uncomfortable, it's unknown, and that alone, just any level of change, it doesn't matter. Don't try to logic it and say, well, it's a really good thing. That has nothing to do with it. It could be the best thing that you've ever done. But the simple fact that change is occurring, and even though it's in your own life, it does cause a ripple effect to the people nearest to you, right? It makes people uncomfortable. They don't like it. I watch this all the time. You know, even within the groups I run, I'll make a small change to how we're running the group, and oh my God, why are you doing that? So know that automatically you creating change in your environment causes a ripple effect. And number one, people don't like it, okay? It makes them very uncomfortable. And you probably can relate to that. I know I can look back on areas of times in my life where change was occurring and I didn't like it. It made me uncomfortable. What I've learned in hindsight is that those times have changed. Number one, it's always going to work out. You're going to be okay. Calm down. But number two, change is a good ass thing. And at least that's what I've come to terms with. But a lot of people don't feel that way. So here's the other thing. Why else would somebody not support you? Well, because quite frankly, if they're unhappy, they need company. They need company. I know that sounds bad because maybe one of those people is like your best friend or you're a parent or a sibling, somebody that you spend a lot of time with, you know? And I know what it feels like when you decide to embark on something for yourself and you're really excited about it and you're really determined. You want the people that are nearest to you to see what you see. That you want them to see that vision of hope and excitement and this is going to be so great and I really want this for myself. And you're probably a little nervous about it. Even though you're excited, you're a little nervous. And if the people around us, closest to us, can support us, maybe we feel less nervous. Maybe we don't feel alone going into this new area or chapter or thing that we're taking on. Well, I hate to break it to you, but you most likely, the bigger the change, the more important the change, and the more passionate you are about it, and the more excited and the more hopeful, the more likely that you're going to have to walk a very good portion of that path by yourself. And you know what? That's okay. That's more than okay, because that's when you're going to learn a lot of really amazing things on that journey. So, excuse me, I'm still fighting a little bit of the cold, so stay with me. Now, let's talk about two things. What do you do, first of all, when those people around you react negatively? And when I say negatively, I don't even mean just, indifference. I'm talking about negative comments. I'm talking about even to the fact where it seems like they are trying to sabotage what you're doing. So here's the first thing. Listening to this video and understanding that this is most likely going to happen, again, as I said in the beginning of the video, is important because then when it does happen, you do not have to become super reactive to it. We cannot control everything that happens in our environment. We certainly cannot control what other people do or say, but we are in control of our reaction to it. Now, I didn't say it was easy, but acknowledging that you have that control is important, because then when this happens, you can go, oh yeah, you remember when that crazy chick was talking about that one day, look, it's happening. And you can literally stand back and watch it without becoming so involved and attached to it, okay? So, number one, knowing that it's coming helps. Number two, knowing that it is not about you. It is most likely, without a doubt, about them. You've triggered something that they haven't dealt with or they're not ready to deal with. So it's really not personal. And when we, in these situations, can take away the personal insult or the feeling that it's something personal, it's a lot easier to deal with it and have it not devastate you, quite frankly, okay? So for an example, I'll give you a personal example from my life that unfortunately I had to lose a friendship over, but it happens. I made a decision, I don't know, it was about over a year ago, that I was at a point in my health journey where I really didn't want to drink it anymore. Not 100%, but just not as much as I was. I was in a I was in a pattern where about once a week on average, I would go out with some of my friends and drink. And not just a drink, get drunk. And it was fun. And it was how we were like letting loose, Well, I arrived at a place in my life where I didn't want to do that anymore. Number one, I could tell that from my own fitness journey, it was not serving me. Number two, the realization that I didn't want that to keep being the method in which I relaxed. I didn't want that to be the way that I relaxed. So I chose, I was like, okay, I'm not going to drink. And I was still hanging out with them, just making the choice for me that I didn't want to drink. And I didn't have any problem with what they were going to continue to do. It's not like they had to be on my plan. But for somebody in particular, this really caused an issue. And it kind of came down to being on two different paths. And the fact that I was choosing to quit made this person feel bad. It made this person, feel like, oh, am I supposed to quit too? And why is she quitting? And this is just a minor example. But did I want to make that person feel bad? No. But I knew in my deep moral parts of my being, I knew that my reasoning for what I was doing was not geared at making them feel bad. And that has to be good enough sometimes, you guys. This has been a big lesson for me, I'll be honest with you, that I can't control what somebody else is going to think about me or interpret why I'm doing something. And if they want to decide that why I'm doing something is to cause them pain or what have you, I can't control that. And I used to be so concerned with, I don't want anyone to think that I'm being mean or that I don't care about them or this or that or the other. And then the realization was, I can't control that. I know, and you know deep inside your reasonings for doing things. And you know if you're doing something to just be mean or hateful, or if you're doing something because it's necessary for your life. And that has to be good enough. You're never going to be able to convince other people why you're doing something. And you know what? It's not your job to do that. It's really quite honestly going to lead to wasting a lot of time and energy. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't speak up and say, I just want you to know that I really still care about you and I love you. And I'm sorry if this is making you feel bad, but I got to go on this path. I've got to do this thing. I've just got to do it. You can say those things, but that's it. Then you leave it alone, okay? Another example, and this is pretty personal, but I'll just tell you anyway, because I'm here. The reason I share all these things is I want to help. Even if it's just one of you guys, I want to help. I won't get into all of the details because we'd be here for 5 hours and I got things to do, but this year was also the year where I had to really cut ties with my mom. And that's, that was really difficult, but that was what I needed to do for my own well-being and my family's well-being, and that had to be a priority. And I realized through the help of my therapist that one of my concerns was that I just really didn't want, these different boundaries and different things that I was trying to set up. Oh, God, I didn't want my mom to think that I was a mean person. And I didn't want her to think that I was trying to be hateful or hurt her. And that was so important to me that I was sacrificing a lot of my own needs, well-being, and that, of course, affected my family. And I just had to come to the conclusion that, you know what? I know why I'm doing this. And if this person wants to interpret it for other reasons, her opinion of me, it's none of my business. I'm sure you guys have heard that. It's a great one from Rachel Hollis's book, Girl Wash Your Face. Other people's opinion of you are none of your business. Other people's opinion of me do not make who I am. Period. Because I can't control everybody's opinions. And trust me, I have spent way too much of my life trying to do that. So I took a roundabout here. But the point of those examples are when you make these decisions, to make these changes, to take a different route, to really disrupt, so to speak, and change the path of your life in one area, it will make other people most likely feel odd and weird or bad even. It may also, I hate to tell you, you might not have the same friends in the next chapter. Now, I value friendship so much, and really true, good friendships are hard to come by, and they should be treated with care and obviously an attitude of being grateful. Absolutely. But here is something that maybe we all don't want to hear and accept. The friends that you make throughout your life aren't necessarily intended to be with you for your entire life. Sometimes the friendships that we make are for a period of time or a chapter in our life. And sometimes when we move on and we want to become or next level up or do something different, sometimes those friendships in the previous chapter do not carry over. That doesn't mean that you did anything wrong necessarily. You could have, but necessarily it doesn't mean that, absolute. And it's okay. Like, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not everybody in your life that comes into your life is meant to be there permanently, forever. And to me, the truest, best type of friend that you're going to find, that's the most rare, is the kind that will travel with you through each chapter. And that may not do the same things you do, and may not even choose the same choices, but will still love you and still support you, because at the end of the day, true love, whether it's friendship or intimate or whatever, true love and unconditional love is love that says, I want you to be happy. I want you to go after the things you want in life. I want you to take risks. And even if those are different choices than mine, I'm going to cheer you on. And not everybody, and certainly not everybody, in fact, a super, super minimum amount of people that you're going to come across are you going to have that type of relationship with. That's just a fact. So why is all of this important? Why am I talking to you? I'm talking to you about this because a lot of you guys out there start to make a change. You start to do something different in your life, and then you quit and you give up because the people around you aren't supporting you. They plant things in your head that make you second guess what you're doing. They make you doubt yourself. But know this, all of those things from those outside people, you allow in. You are in charge, not them. You have to decide for yourself. Do I want to let these people alter what I wanted? Because at the end of the day, here's a hard truth. If you allow what other people's either support or lack of support, opinions, thoughts, feelings, if you allow those things to make you quit going after something, you never wanted it that bad to begin with. Did that hurt a little bit? I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to speak truth. So you have to make a decision. How bad do I want this? How important is it? Am I going to be okay if I don't go after this, if I don't give it everything I have, and at the end of my life, when it ends, am I going to be okay with that? Because you know what? Some of those people that are not supporting you that you think should might not even be there at the end of that life. Oh, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just speaking the truth. So make a decision. Are you willing to give up your dreams and what you want for yourself so that you can make somebody else temporarily feel better? And to me, if that is the case, then what you wanted, you didn't want that bad. Hopefully, you can arrive at the decision after this video of whatever it is for you. This is something I really want, and this is my life, and I only get one of them. And me going after my dreams or my better health or whatever it is, if that makes people uncomfortable and they don't like it, then those aren't the people that are right for this season of my life. This is my life, and I'm going to take ownership for it. And at the end of the day, at night, when you go to sleep, you know in your head the truth. If you are a person of integrity and good moral standing, and if you are treating others around you with love and care, and if they are feeling like your choices of going after the things you want in life or some reflection that you don't care or love about them, you know the truth. You don't need them to say to you, oh, I'm okay with this. So just something to think about. I know that the beginning of the year is a time of reflection and evaluation. I don't like to say resolutions. I think those are stupid, but it is a good time to say and evaluate. Like, another year has gone by. How many more years am I going to get? I don't know. So whatever it is that I'm putting off or not changing or not going after, that's on me. It's not on any of the people around me. And here's the cool and the most badass thing I will tell you. While there is pain and there is heartache sometimes because you do lose people along the way in the pursuit of what you want, you find the most amazing people show up in your life that will not be able to show up if you do not go down that path and be brave and courageous. And trust me, you will go down that path and you will feel alone for a little while. It's okay. You will not be alone forever. You will find the right people will show up in your life if you take that path. I promise you. Okay, guys? So cheers. Happy Monday. Go after things, you guys. There's no better time than right freaking now, because right freaking now, you happen to still be alive. Just saying. Cheers. Have a fabulous Monday.